You know that moment when your alarm rings and your brain suddenly becomes a lawyer? 5 more minutes won't kill me. Today's not the best day to start. I'll be serious. Next Monday. And then next Monday becomes next month. And suddenly, you're sitting there wondering, why can't I just be consistent? You've read the books, you've watched the motivational videos, you've written New Year, New Me so many times it's basically an annual tradition. But somehow you keep falling back, and you start whispering to yourself the one word that stings the most. Maybe I'm just lazy. But what if you're not? What if lazy is the wrong word entirely? Because here's the truth. You're not lazy. You're emotionally disconnected, and that changes everything. Let's get one thing straight. Laziness doesn't exist in the way we think it does. Nobody wakes up saying, "Can't wait to ruin my goals today." When you call yourself lazy, you're skipping the real question. Why do I feel no drive right now? Think about it. You have energy when you're excited about something. You stay up all night for a show you love but can't focus for 10 minutes on a task you should do. That's not laziness. That's emotional misalignment. Your brain doesn't run on discipline alone, it runs on meaning. And when meaning disappears, so does motivation. Picture this. It's winter. Outside, cold, dark, and raining. Your alarm rings at 6:30 a.m. You've got work or classes at 9. You drag yourself out of bed, stare at your reflection like it's an enemy, and think, I can't keep doing this. Then comes the commute. Frozen fingers, packed trains, silent stares. You scroll through your phone, see people crushing it online, and suddenly feel like a failure for not being as productive. You tell yourself you'll do better tonight. Gym, study, side hustle, dinner prep. But by 7 p.m., you're emotionally fried. You sit down just to rest. Then boom, 3 hours gone, Netflix asking, are you still watching? Of course you're still watching. You're just too tired to move. Still, that guilt hits. I wasted another day. I'm such a lazy person. But no, you're not lazy. You're burnout from fighting battles no one sees. Here's the science part, but I promise it's quick. Your brain's motivation center, the dopamine system, doesn't respond to effort alone. It responds to hope, to progress, to meaning. So when your life feels like endless repetition, work, bills, chores, social media, repeat, your brain loses that spark of purpose. It's not a discipline problem. It's a hope problem. When hope fades, the brain chooses the path of least resistance. Comfort, distraction, avoidance. Because it's weak. Because it's trying to protect you from emotional exhaustion. Your inconsistency isn't a flaw. It's a signal. A signal that something inside you is tired of pretending to care about things that don't actually fulfill you. You think Elon Musk wakes up every day feeling unstoppable? Nope. There's a story that during Tesla's early days, he was sleeping on the factory floor. Why? Because he couldn't trust that things would keep moving if he stopped. That's not motivation. That's fear dressed up as work ethic. Even David Goggins, the man who literally built his life on pain and persistence, has admitted that every day he has to fight his inner voice that says, stay comfortable. Consistency isn't about being strong every day. It's about learning to show up even when you don't feel like it, but for reasons that mean something real to you. Let's be honest, most of us don't fail because we lack goals. We fail because we chase goals that don't feed our emotions. We do what we should, not what we actually connect to. You might tell yourself, I want to learn coding, but deep down, you hate it. You just think it'll make you successful. So your brain rebels, not out of laziness, but out of honesty. It's saying, this doesn't feel like me. The truth is, you can't bully your brain into consistency. You can only align it. Ever notice how easy it is to start something, but nearly impossible to continue? That's because we mistake motivation for momentum. Motivation gets you started. Momentum keeps you going. And momentum comes from small, emotionally rewarding wins, not perfection. If you start running for the first time, don't aim for a marathon. Aim for, I moved my body today. If you start writing, don't aim for a bestseller. Aim for, I wrote one sentence today. Consistency grows from compassion, not criticism. Olympics. Let's be real. We've all qualified for the Procrastination Olympics. Category 1, just checking my phone real quick. Category 2, I'll start after I clean my desk. Category 3, I can't focus without the perfect playlist. And the gold medal goes to, let me watch one motivational video first, which is probably exactly what you're doing right now. See, you're not lazy, you're just human. And humans have creative ways of avoiding pain. So how do you break the cycle? Not by forcing yourself harder, sir, but by reconnecting to why you started. Ask yourself, who do I actually want to become? why does this matter to me? Don't say because I should. Say because it feels right. Because once emotion returns, discipline becomes natural. You don't need to push, you're pulled. There's something powerful. Stop saying I have to. Start saying I choose to. I have to work out becomes I choose to take care of myself. I have to study becomes I choose to invest in my future. I have to show up becomes I choose to grow. That tiny language shift rewires your brain from pressure to purpose. Consistency isn't perfection, it's honesty in motion. It's saying I'll show up even if it's messy. It's doing one push-up instead of none, writing one line instead of a chapter, taking one step instead of a leap. Small doesn't mean weak. Small means sustainable. That's where real change happens, in the quiet, boring, un-Instagrammable moments. So if you've fallen off again, good. It means you're still in the game. You didn't quit. You paused. And every pause is just a breath before another try. You're not behind. You're human. And you're learning how to be emotionally consistent, not robotically perfect. Let's rewrite the story. You're not lazy. You're tired. You're overwhelmed. You're disconnected. But all of that can change. Not by punishing yourself, but by listening to yourself. Consistency isn't about never falling. It's about always returning. One day, you'll look back and realize that every time you thought you were lazy, you were actually healing. Healing from burnout. Healing from perfectionism. Healing from the idea that your worth depends on your productivity. So next time you feel stuck, don't ask, what's wrong with me? Ask, what do I need right now? Because once you reconnect with that, you'll stop chasing motivation and start building momentum. You don't need to start perfect, you just need to start again. Every single day, even if it's small, even if it's clumsy, even if it's just one step. Because you're not lazy, you're growing, and that takes time. Small steps, repeated with kindness, become unstoppable progress.